Hi, we're the Open Gym. We're here today with Activus Health. Me and Joe are going to try out a personal training session. Got my banana. I think we're good to go.
We've done your kettlebelling.
Never done any kettlebelling. Quite excited to try.
Cool.
I've heard good things about kettlebells.
Yeah, it's really good all round cardio and strength.
Do you need to be particularly careful with kettlebells?
Don't drop it on your foot.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I was planning on the first thing doing, dropping it straight on my foot.
10
actually.
kilos of cast iron. Yeah, not ideal. But no, it's really good. So we'll go over the basic swing from which sort of everything else stems. And then we'll do some other bodyweight stuff, some functional stuff, and we'll perhaps just keep putting that kettlebell swing back in to make sure heart rate stays nice and high and you burn some calories and feel good afterwards.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Right, let's crack on.
I've been into exercise for about 20 years, thereabouts. I wasn't at all into sport at school, hated it in fact. I was the last one to be picked for any team, and all that kind of stuff. So when I started working, I got into running, and then just sort of built from there. I've done a bit of karate and lots of kettlebells, and I did a rowing challenge with those two girls a few years ago. Two-handed swing. So that fold that we just did, that's going to come into play massively with this. All the power from using a kettlebell is going to come pretty much between here and here. So our quads, our hams, our glutes, our abs. Recent months really, about the last year, I suddenly thought, I don't know, I'm going to have a go at this personal trainer thing. I feel like I finally decided what I want to do when I grow up. And I have sat at a desk for the last 20-something years, and I genuinely think that sitting at a desk is the worst thing a human can do. I think it's damaging. We don't sit properly, we get a bit lazy. Our shoulder, you end up sitting like this, and all these muscles tighten up. And just like the get up and get downs we were doing, same go. And just back to the squat. When we sit down at a desk, we should be sort of doing it controlled and then engaging those muscles to stand up again, not using our hands. But every time we do it, we just put our hands down. And the squat is really important. It's really important in kettlebells. It's really important to keep that lower body strength. Anyone who doesn't bend their knees and just benching their back, it's 10 press-ups.
Fair enough.
We'll just expand on that a little bit while we're into the kettlebell thing.
Swing a bit.
Absolutely. We'll start with the two hand, and we'll go for a few of those. Get used to that again. Make sure you're really happy, and then when you're happy, just gonna take one arm away. So again, power's not coming from my arm, so I shouldn't really feel too much difference. And then bring the other one back in, and take the other one away. Good. When you're happy, take one arm away. Good. Good. Brilliant. And then bring the other one back in and slow it down to stop. Nice. Really good, really good. The bell is almost kind of weightless at that point when you change.
That's cool.
So make sure you change before it starts to fall again, because that's when you're going to potentially put a bit of strain through your back. I use a gym, don't get me wrong. I like doing a good workout in the gym. You've got everything there to sort of really work against. But our bodies, we've got so much. Just our body weight is kind of all we need, really. Certainly to get going, to just get people more active and get out there. So I like, again, when I'm working with a PT client, we'll sometimes use a bit of kettlebells, but I will always put in just some functional bodyweight stuff as well. So going back to that getting up and getting down. We don't think about it when we do it. We don't engage the right muscles when we do it. Or it might be that we've got to reach for that tin of beans at the top of the cupboard, and it's like, oh, I'll just climb on something. But lifting your arms up. So lunges that we did, holding our arms above our head with a weight is super hard. But just because it's something that we don't do enough of. So that was kind of, I was thinking, if I'm going to be a PT, the market's pretty saturated. I've got to think of something that I enjoy and that I can put out there and encourage people to come and want to work with me, and not that I'm some big scary do 20 push-ups and so I'll encourage people to work really hard, don't get me wrong, and I want people to get those endorphins and love what we do together. Yeah, I mean, some people don't, and perhaps older people perhaps don't want to go to a gym that's full of very young, fit young things.
You don't need to.
No, and well, exactly. I mean, this is what we've spoken about today. You know, a gym can be expensive. Okay, a PT perhaps isn't cheap, is a bit of a luxury to some people, but you know, we can tailor things to people and their limitations. And everyone will have an induction when they go to the gym, but there's not someone always watching them and making sure they don't hurt themselves. And it's really important, you know, and again, as people get older, if you start picking up injuries, you take longer to heal. Let's work on getting that right and then taking it into our daily life and doing all those things right, whether it's carrying your shopping home from Tesco or picking your child up or your dog's hurt its foot or, you know, whatever it might be.
And people see fitness as a chore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've got to go to the gym today. It's like,
I know,
man,
yeah.
exercise is fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it just nice to be outside?
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah.
you know, getting a bit windy now, getting a bit
Yeah,
chilly, but
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't matter because,
But,
just
you
sort
work really hard, so don't
Yeah.
get too
Keep them off
cold.
course.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stretch out. Don't get stretched. That's very important.
Yeah.
So on to another circuit then.